Good morning, students. Hope you're having a good time at home. Today we are going to start a very interesting lesson, and the name of this lesson is The Fun They Had. It's written by Issac Asimov. I even have a picture of Issac Asimov on this page. This is how he looked in his young age. Now let's talk about the characters of this story. The main characters are Margie, Tommy, and the county inspector. Margie is a young girl of 11 years, Tommy is a young boy of 13 years, and a county inspector. Basically, he is a mechanic who repairs the robo-teachers as mentioned in this lesson. However, we have some minor characters as well, like we have Margie's mother, Tommy's grandfather, and Margie's grandfather. So here are some important words from this lesson. The reason these words are important because these are basically the keywords which you can use in any of your answers. Now let me tell you why have I mentioned history and geography under the easy word category. Now both these terms have been used in this lesson as they are related to the mechanical teachers of Tommy as well as Margie. Tommy's teacher used to teach him history, whereas Margie's teacher used to teach her geography. Now attic is a place where we basically keep our junk, and this room is usually the topmost room in the house. And the word crinkly here is referred to the book which was found by Tommy in the attic. Since this book was very old and the pages were folded, the word crinkly has been used here. Telebook is another interesting word on this page, and by telebook I basically mean an kind of e-book which had text, and the text used to move on its own on the big computer screen from right to left. It was not like the real book, it was like a soft book, and every computer had millions of telebooks. Now let's start this interesting story. The Fun They Had by Issac Asimov. It's a futuristic story which is set in 2157 AD, so which is around 140 years ahead in future. And the story begins with Margie, who is writing a diary, and she is basically writing that Tommy found a real book. Now you might be wondering that what is special in this. You would be surprised to know that this is the story of the future, and Margie is very surprised to see a real book, as she has never seen a real book in her life. They were always used to study through e-books or telebooks, but a real book is something which has fascinated her the most, and that's what she is writing in her diary. And she's even surprised to see that the word in the real book, they stayed at one place, they didn't move at all. And as you know further, now these children, Tommy and Margie, they no longer go to a real school, as they have a virtual classroom set right in their bedrooms. And in the figure above, you can see a virtual room in which Margie is shown studying with those complicated devices, having a mechanical teacher standing next to her. And apart from that, she has a big computer screen on which she used to study with telebooks. Both Margie and Tommy had a special study room right next to their bedrooms where a mechanical teacher used to teach them. The mechanical teacher or the computer teacher was programmed and adjusted according to the needs of each child, and both of them used to study through telebooks as well, in which the text moved on its own on the computer screen from right to the left. Apart from this, the homework and the test were to be submitted in the empty slot inside the mechanical teacher, who never accepted any excuse whatsoever. Margie also remembers once her grandfather talked about his grandfather, who went to an actual school where the children went for education and they were taught by human teachers. Margie is very much surprised to know that how come a human teacher can teach children of different IQ together at the same time. And she was not happy with the modern education where everything was computerized. Margie's hatredness towards her mechanical teacher was increasing day by day as she was not clearing her geography exam. The mechanical teacher had taken multiple tests, but she was failing all those tests one after the another, and this really worried her the most. So one fine day her mother decides to call up the county inspector. When the mechanical teacher developed some fault, it was always fixed by the county inspector. Tommy's history teacher also went blank, and it took over almost a month to fix up the issue. Margie also wished the same and happily sends for the county inspector. The county inspector identified that the geography sector was geared up a little bit, and he fixes up the issue within an hour by setting up the level suitable for an 11-year-old child. So in the end, Margie is not happy by studying at home with either telebooks or with the mechanical teacher, as it never understood any human emotions. She imagined the good times when students used to go to a real school, play in the playground, had fun with each other, and enjoyed teaching of real human teacher. So students, I hope you have enjoyed this wonderful story of the future, and now it's time for some question answers and discussion. So here I have some very important questions for you, like you must know the character sketch of Tommy, Margie and County Inspector. Why did Tommy consider a book a real waste? What are telebooks? How are they better than the real books? What was the fault with the Margie mechanical teacher and how was the issue resolved? How would you compare a mechanical teacher with the real human teacher? Who found the real book and where? And why was Margie's mother particular about regular study hours? So if in case you have any problems, feel free to ask me anytime. I would be waiting for your comments in the box below. Thank you.